stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court, please draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Kevin Kevan Amadi.
May it please the court, I move that Kevin Kevan Amadi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kevin Kevan Amadi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bamadeli Emmanuel Akinyemi.
May it please the court, I move that Bamadeli Emmanuel Akinyemi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bamadeli Emmanuel Akinyemi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shireen Al-Shala.
May it please the court, I move that Shireen Al-Shala be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shireen Al-Shala be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chloe Dorothea Azzi.
May it please the court, I move that Chloe Dorothea Azzi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chloe Dorothea Azzi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jean Anik Birust.
May it please the court, I move that Gian Anik Birust be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gian Anik Birust be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stuart Lyndon Bocking.
May it please the court, I move that Stuart Lyndon Bocking be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stuart Lyndon Bocking be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sophie Elizabeth Broadley.
May it please the court, I move that Sophie Elizabeth Broadley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sophie Elizabeth Broadley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabel Rose Brooks.
May it please the court, I move that Isabel Rose Brooks be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabel Rose Brooks be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew Alexander Bunton.
May it please the court, I move that Matthew Alexander Bunton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Matthew Alexander Bunton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gilmara Campos Alves de Mello.
May it please the court, I move that Gilmara Campos Alves de Mello be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gilmara Campos Alves de Mello be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel James Carolyn.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel James Carolan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daniel James Carolan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sebastian Edward Casey.
May it please the court, I move that Sebastian Edward Casey be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sebastian Edward Casey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Manas Chahan.
May it please the court, I move that Manas Chahan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Manas Chahan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Pei Pei Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Pei Pei Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Pei Pei Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yandy Gay Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Yandy Gay Cheng be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yandy Gay Cheng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chun Tin Chu.
May it please the court, I move that Chun Ting Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chun Ting Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Carmelina Di Chiara.
May it please the court, I move that my sister-in-law, Melina Di Chiara, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Camelina Di Chiara be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nathaniel Travis Duggan.
May it please the court, I move that Nathaniel Travis Duggan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nathaniel Travis Duggan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Claire Farrell.
May it please the court, I move that Grace Clare Farrell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Grace Clare Farrell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Irfan Fazeli.
May it please the court, I move that Irfan Fazeli be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Irfan Fazeli be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Megan Claire Fitzgerald.
May it please the court, I move that Megan Claire Fitzgerald be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
Let
court.
Megan Claire Fitzgerald be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jason Harry Goodson.
May it please the court, I move that Jason Harry Goodson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jason Harry Goodson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
John Michael Hasborn.
May it please the court, I move that John Michael Hasborn be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let John Michael Hasborn be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bridget Louise Hay.
May it please the court, I move that Bridget Louise Hay be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bridget Louise Hay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Edward Bagenal Howard.
May it please the court, I move that Edward Bagenal Howard be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Edward Bagenal Howard be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Perry Hutchings.
May it please the court, I move that Perry Hutchings be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Perry Hutchings be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sophie Kim Jagger.
May it please the court, I move that Sophie Kim Jagger be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sophie Kim Jagger be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elisa May Kuponsi.
May it please the court, I move that Elisa May Kupongsi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elisa May Kuponsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jiho Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Jiho Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jiho Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lavanya Kumar.
May it please the court, I move that Lavanya Kumar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lavanya Kumar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mikhail Manuel Laxina.
May it please the court, I move that Mikhail Manuel Laxina be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mikhail Manuel Laxina be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hannah Hee Yin Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Hannah Hyun Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hannah Hee-yeon Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lin Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Lin Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lin Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Si Suan Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Shi Xuan Li.
Registrar, I think there's a mover behind you. Oh no, she's standing up. I apologise. Continue.
May it please the court, I move that Szechuan Li be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Szechuan Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joseph Patrick Yingki Ling.
May it please the court, I move that Joseph Patrick Ying Ki Ling be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joseph Patrick Ying Ki Ling be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joshua David Millis.
May it please the court, I move that Joshua David Millis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joshua David Millis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
John Joseph Mooney.
May it please the court, I move that my husband, John Joseph Mooney, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let John Joseph Mooney be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
John Peter Morphus.
May it please the court, I move that my brother John Morphus be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let John Pete Morphus be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lolita Murad.
May it please the court, I move that Lolita Murad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lolita Morad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ruby Beatrice O'Kane.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Ruby Beatrice O'Kane, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ruby Beatrice O'Kane be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mana Jayendra Panchmatia.
May it please the court, I move that Manan Jayendra Punchmatia be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Manan Jayendra Panchmatia be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia Adele Pick.
May it please the court, I move that Georgia Adele Pick be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Georgia Adele Pick be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aidan Francis Saunders Sexton.
May it please the court, I move that Aidan Francis Saunders Sexton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Aidan Francis Saunders Sexton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hashmeen Kaur Sidhu, daughter of Balbir Singh.
May it please the court, I move that Hashmeen Kaur Sandhu Balbir Singh be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hashmeen Kaur Sidhu Balbir Singh be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aman Preet Kaur Singh.
May it please the court, I move that Aman Kaur Singh be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Aman Preet Kaur Singh be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dana Yanting Song.
May it please the court, I move that Dana Yanting Song be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Dana Yanting Song be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ivanchitsa Stepanich.
May it please the court, I move that Ivanchitsa Stepanich be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ivanchitsa Stepanich be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Elizabeth Stewart.
May it please the court, I move that Grace Elizabeth Stewart be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Grace Elizabeth Stewart be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ariana Teles Cascal.
May it please the court, I move that Ariana Teles Cascal be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ariana Teles Cascal be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia Then.
May it please the court, I move that Georgia Then be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Georgia Then be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gabrielle Martin Tyrrell.
May it please the court, I move that Gabriel Martin Tyrrell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gabriel Martin Tyrrell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fiza Usama.
May it please the court, I move that Fizat Usama be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Fizat Usama be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sing Yi Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Sing Yi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sing Yi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Long Chi Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Long Chi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Long Chi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yu Yi Zheng.
May it please the court, I move that Yu Yi Zheng be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yu Yi Zheng be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to stand and remain standing as directed and when directed for the purpose of swearing an oath or making an affirmation. So please stand as directed by the officiating officer.
The 2 rows to my right. First 2 rows, please stand. Thank you. Kevin Kayvan Amadi. Bamidele Emmanuel Akinyemi. Shireen Al-Shala. Chloe Dorothea Azi. Jean Anik Birust. Stuart Lyndon Bocking. Sophie Elizabeth Broadley. Isabel Rose Brooks. Matthew Alexander Bunton. Jumara Campos Alves de Mello. Daniel James Carolyn. Sebastian Edward Casey. Manas Chahan. Pei Pei Chen. Yandy Gay Chen. Chung Ting Chu. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Please be seated. Thank you. With the next 2 rows to my right, please stand. Carmelina De Chiara. Nathaniel Travis Duggan. Grace Claire Farrell. Irfan Fazeli. Megan Claire Fitzgerald. Jason Harry Goodson. John Michael Hasborn. Bridget Louise Hay. Edward Bagenal Howard, Perry Hutchings, Sophie Kim Jagger, Elisa May Kuponsi, Jiho Kim, Lavanya Kumar, Mikhail Manuel Laxina, Hannah Hee-yeon Lee, Lin Lee. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please be seated. Would the row in front of me please stand? C. Swan Lee, Joseph Patrick Ying Ki Ling, Joshua David Millis, John Joseph Mooney, John Peter Morphus, Lalita Murad, Ruby Beatrice O'Kane, Manan Jayendra Punchmatia, Georgia Adele Pick. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please be seated. For the two rows to my left, please stand. Aidan Francis Saunders Sexton, Hashmeen Kaur Sidhu, daughter of Balbir Singh, Aman Preet Kaur Singh, Dana Yanting Song, Evanchitsa Stepanich, Grace Elizabeth Stewart, Ariana Tellers Cascow, Georgia Then, Gabriel Martin Tyrrell, Fiza Usama, Xing Yi Wang, Long Chi Wang, Yu Yi Zheng. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Thank you. Please be seated.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court, the ceremonial court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench today, to my immediate right, Justice Gleeson, Judge of Appeal. To my left, Justice Adamson, also a Judge of Appeal. To Justice Gleeson's right, Justice Slattery of the Equity Division. To Justice Adamson's left, Justice Sakar of the Equity Division. And to Justice Slattery's right, Justice Henry, also a Judge of the Equity Division. Together we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you here to practice. We've done so sitting on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared for thousands of years. And the court pays its most sincere respects to elders past and present, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I also acknowledge, as present in the court today, Her Honour Judge Jenna O'Rourke of the District Court of New South Wales. I also acknowledge Her Excellency Francis Adamson, AC, Governor of South Australia, and Mr Rod Bunton, here not in an official capacity, but as with many of you, in their capacity as very proud parents. Welcome. To all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today, this afternoon, is one of great achievement and one for celebration. We here on the bench know exactly how hard you have all worked to get here. It's a memory that never really leaves you. I'm also pleased to welcome those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable on the journey thus far. No doubt they've also been on the receiving end of your finely polished or emerging skills of argument and persuasion. I encourage you all to take the time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you a long dinner, or at least a round of drinks. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back as far as the 12th century. And this court first admitted lawyers in 1824, nearly 200 years ago next May. And by 1830, the names of lawyers were entered on the rolls of this state, as you will do immediately after this ceremony. It is in acknowledgement of the weighty responsibility that you undertake that we observe today's unique formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by somebody who is already a member of the profession, and that you have made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers. They are all, therefore, witnesses to the promises and undertakings you have made today. In terms of tradition and formality, you'll see from some of the portraits of former Chief Justices hanging on the walls of this court that we on the bench are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. Symbolically, that highlights the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is so much global uncertainty and insecurity, the rule of law is more important than ever. It's not simply a phrase of some academic or theoretical import. The rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. There is nothing theoretical about that. The rule of law is underpinned by an independent judiciary and a legal profession which understands that its paramount duty is to the court and to the administration of justice. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation that you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. Whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, in the Aboriginal Legal Service, a Crown Law Office, a government department or agency, or in an entirely different field, you should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice. And you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, and to which I have referred, not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. For example, the rapid technological shift brought about by the pandemic has had profound and ongoing implications for the way in which our legal system interacts with members of the community. It's also developed greater workplace flexibility for practitioners, particularly those with family responsibilities and in regional and remote communities, and as such has enhanced access to justice. While the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part, I believe, of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform and react under pressure, and deal with each other. There have, of course, been other very important changes in our profession that deserve attention in addition to those brought about by the pandemic. When we think of the diversity of the legal profession, we encounter some duality. On the one hand, that we have in some respects come a long way, but that in other respects much still needs to be done. One notable example relates to the role of female lawyers in the profession. In New South Wales, women were originally not even permitted to practice. That only came about legally in 1918, and in fact came about much later than that. But since 2018, female lawyers have made up more than half of all solicitors with a practicing certificate in New South Wales, and currently make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 30. Some of the most senior positions in the law in Australia are held by distinguished female lawyers, including the current Chief Justice of the High Court, the Chief Justices of Victoria, Queensland, and the ACT, the President of our Court of Appeal, the State's Director of Public Prosecutions and the Senior Public Defender, and the Presidents of the New South Wales Bar Association and Law Society of New South Wales, all very distinguished legal practitioners and leaders in their field. There should also be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our rich cosmopolitan community. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system, whether voluntarily or not, can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of and sensitive to our broader community. The admission ceremonies on which I have sat since becoming a judge 4 years ago, including this ceremony, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That is a very good thing, and the leaders of the profession and of the judiciary are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary and the legal profession. Ultimately, it is respect which underpins the rule of law, respect for the law and for those that administer it. Let me now offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time, especially when starting out on something new. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake you must not make is to give your clients the advice you think they want to hear. That will not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true position emerges. Being a lawyer means that you're now an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, and an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you are not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. An individual in need of your services as a lawyer is in many cases an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis, affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, or health or financial position. For these reasons, you must always strive to deliver legal services not only competently and fearlessly, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter, not only your client, but your opponents as well. In this context, I emphasise the importance of civility in the practice of law. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, are confrontational. But the practice of the law can be stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as it regrettably sometimes does. It is essential that you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you are members of a profession and not of a business. And remember this, the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time. I do not wholly exclude myself from that admonition. For a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible and always complex. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others, sometimes by deciphering legal complexities, other times by deciphering poor legal drafting, and sometimes by simply getting to the bottom of a messy factual set of facts and putting them into their proper legal framework so that they can be understood by your clients. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your writing and your speaking. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both also extremely important. There may, and I dare say, will be times when you feel overwhelmed, burned out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because it's in the nature of lawyers that they want to go the extra mile for their client. They want to ensure that the case is ready for hearing or that the advice is as comprehensive and useful as possible, and they are admirable qualities. but it does mean that the practice of the law can often be extremely demanding. You must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. Also, remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession. And in this context, I'm going to now call on two young representatives, one of the Bar Association, one of the Law Society, to offer a few words of welcome. Mr. Ahmad, do you move?
If Your Honours, please. My name is Avas Ahmad, and I've been practicing for 12 years at the bar, predominantly in the Common Law Division, the Commercial Equity Division, and in Family Law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, whilst also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and most importantly to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I'm proud to be a member of the legal profession. I do enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job, and that allows me to give, I hope, expert advice to and represent people in court and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. Of course, if you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association, have a look at its website, and each year I should mention there is a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice, if you do decide, your practice is as a reader. You receive particular assistance from two barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those two barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee for those barristers between 0 and 5 years, and a diversity and equality committee, of which I'm a member, which of course promotes one of the key strategic goals of the Bar Association, that is, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, their religion, their gender, their parental status, or sexual preference. I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or a Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession, and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this Honourable Court.
Ms. Seraphim, Law Society of New South Wales.
May it please the Court. My name is Leah Seraphim. I'm the immediate past president of New South Wales Young Lawyers, a councillor of the Law Society of New South Wales, and a solicitor at Herbert Smith Freehills. Not so long ago, I stood where you are standing today, and what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It has not been easy. Often, it is overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after working in taxation law since my own admission ceremony, I can tell you I've already learnt a thing or two. One thing I have learnt is of the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now all belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with over 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and to uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I have been part of New South Wales Young Lawyers for the past 7 years. Here, I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and to join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers to ensure that you, as newly minted solicitors, thrive and succeed in the legal profession. So again, congratulations to you all. We look forward to welcoming you to the New South Wales Young Lawyers community. May it please the court.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, of your achievements to date, and of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. You are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career in the law. On behalf of my colleagues here on the bench and all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court, I once again congratulate you on your admission to practice and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.